Welcome to Qigong. Let's start off standing posture. We stand in what is known as Wuji posture. Same posture used for Tai Chi and Qigong. So your feet are rooted in the ground and your crown is lifted up towards the sky. Chin is tucked in, tailbone dropped, soft ankles, soft knees, soft shoulders, little space between the axilla and the groin. And Wuji means empty. So no tension in your body, just being between the sky and the earth. The earth is yin. Heavens are known as yang in Chinese speak. And we're in the middle. So we're accessing nature and we're part of nature in the middle, between the ground and the sky. So just close your eyes for a couple of seconds and notice where you're starting from. Just notice your body, notice your emotional state, and notice your mind. Is it busy or tired? Just gives us a chance to come into the present, wherever we've come from. Right. So we're going to do a little Tai Chi dance that was put together by a very famous Tai Chi master who I think now lives in Colorado, but he still runs a Tai Chi international venue, I think in Taiwan. I first came across his work about 25 years ago and then came across it again about a month ago. And it was, oh, wow, such a beautiful thing. And I understood it so differently the second time, sort of 20 years apart. Okay, so we're looking at the elements around us. So the Chinese see us, we're a part of nature, and the elements of nature, your fire, your water, metal, earth. And so as we root down here, we feel that the energy of gravity, the energy of the earth comes up into our body to this lower dantian, this lower little storage house of qi, of energy. And it builds up a fire inside here. And we can take that fire and give it out into the world around us. And then having given the fire out, we take the water from the heavens, which is yin, and this comes down and nourishes the body. So a nice out breath as you come up, and feel that you're giving the fire from your body to the nature around you. And then feel the water coming down, nourishing your body as it comes down. This is the yin. The fire is the yang. Yang rising and going up. Yin centering and coming down. And the cleansing, cooling water coming down, nourishing your body. And breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Now we follow this beautiful qi, and we're now going to take this qi and we're going to walk with it. So here we're working with the energy of wood, the liver, the tree. And as I said, having given out your fire and taken in the cooling water, we now enjoy life in nature that we're in here. Take the arms across, step out, and just with slightly bent knees, very softly. So imagine if you were in the forest, how beautiful this would be. So I invite you next time you're in a forest to do this little Tai Chi dance. And let's go again. Last one round. So that was the wood element. And now we come to the center and we gather more energy from around us and we center it down in our body, down to that dantian, that storage house of energy, centering. And we're thinking of the metal element in the centering. Of course, the metal element is the lungs coming down. And you'll notice as we're coming down, we're taking this energy and we store it in our dantian. And once you've got this energy, you want to give it away again. And that's going to be your stomach and spleen. Store out the energy. So don't keep it for yourself, keep it moving. Once more, give it away. Let's do it right from the beginning again. So water coming down, yin, wood energy of the liver, other way around. And gathering the chi from around you and giving it away. Back out into the world. Do one more. Fire, water, wood, metal, lungs, centering that chi and giving it back and away. Good. So it's actually a lovely little dance, and he's written a book, and in each of these different elements there's a beautiful picture of him either being in the trees or being under a big mountain. I'll put some of those pictures up for you sometime. Okay, so he also talks about one of the old sayings in way back in Chinese times, Taoist times, where they say, fish swim, birds fly, and man moves. So if you can imagine a fish that isn't swimming, what kind of fish would it be? Or a bird that didn't fly. And so when we think of just being stagnant and sitting around, for us as human beings, it just doesn't work. We need to move. And this is why Qigong is so nice, because it gets the movement, not just of the body, but of the emotions and the mind and the spirit as well. So as we go on, let's do Tai to clear the way. So get a little bit more space in our body so we can bring in this good energy from outside or from inside that needs to move around. And who's going to help us is Tiger. So little rounded fingers in your claws, and breathe out as you just clear. Just drop any tension in your shoulders, your neck, any thoughts in your head that you don't need to hang on to, any stuck emotion. It's like opening a cupboard door and having a whole lot of clothes that you haven't worn for 2 years. They're just taking up space. Just give them away. You don't need them. And as we clear here, we feel this area around our body, which is our level of our own personal immunity against whatever diseases are out there or whatever kind of people are out there that disturb our consciousness or our heart as well. So this is really our very strong personal space. And again, maybe you've got a bit of buzzing into your fingers, moving your body, activate your biomagnetic energy inside you, but also around you, your own biomagnetic field around you. Okay, let's move. So let's fly with the hawk coming up. Cross your hands together and then soften your knees as you come down. This is an in-breath coming up through the nose. And you want to do an out-breath coming through the nose as well. Breathe in, lift your heels slightly as you come up, and breathe out. Breathe in. And so in Chinese medicine, the fact that you visualize and you embody the sense of being a bird or being the bear in the ocean actually allows the body to naturally adjust its qi to that particular character of the animal or strength of the animal. Lifting your heels up. Of course, the hawk can see very sharply and very accurately and very, very far. So just thinking of improving your sight, not just your physical sight, but your perception of the world around you and your place in the world. And now let's go over to the side with an out breath. Opening the space between your ribs. Breathing in as you come up. Other side, open the space between your ribs. Up and down. Once more up. Breathe out and open the space between your last rib and your pelvis there. Breathing in. Breathing out, open between your last rib and your pelvis. Long body. And relax. Pop your hands under the last ribs. Tiger mouth coming in here. This is the belt channel, one of the few meridians that runs across. Most of the meridians run up and down the body, but this is a very big connecting meridian. So as we breathe in, diaphragm is going to push down and it's going to push your hands out to the side. As you breathe out, you're going to contract back into towards the belly button. So let your hands just follow your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathe in and out through the nose. Really strengthens the lungs when you do that. See if you can breathe in for 5 and breathe out for 7. So when you have a longer out breath and an in breath, it puts our body into parasympathetic mode, which is rest and digest, tend and befriend. Hands together and open your heart to the sky. Going forwards, coming out to the side. Now, when we did the hawk, we had a long vertical spine, and now we're thinking of the horizontal space in our body, creating space in our body for the organs. Breathe out. Breathing in, going forwards, and then opening, 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 opening. You're making space here for the heart and the lungs. Breathing out. When you're coming forward, you're opening the space for the heart and the back of the lungs as you make space between your shoulder blades and you round your back. Your heart is sitting right snuggled into the back of the rib cage. This is really nice to help the heart to beat and keep it nice and soft. Out. Sinking your breastbone as you come in here, breathing in, open, 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 open. Drop your tailbone, chin tucked in, breathe out. Turn on your heel, turn on your toe, and we're going to lunge onto the front knee and just softly let your arms go out, forwards and back, letting your hands hang down, and try and get your arms in line with each other. As you put your weight forward, look into the distance in front of you. So your gaze, when you gaze into the distance, like we're doing here now, it just softens the whole body. We're not trying to shoot an arrow here. We're just having a wide sort of peripheral gaze. Hands back. That's an in-breath. Breathe out. Lunge forwards. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lovely twisting going through the spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Coming forwards, turn your feet forwards and just re-establish your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Turn on your heels and your toes. Lunge onto the front knee and glide your arms out. Look into the distance. Check where your back arm is, get it in line with the front one. Keep your chin tucked in and your tailbone dropped. Breathe in. Really excellent mobility for your spine here. To the center, feet forwards, feet forwards. Breathe in, opening your heart to the sky. And how does it make you feel when you open your heart to the sky? Your heart is your organ of communication with the world outside of you, but also the world inside you as well. Having compassion for yourself as well as the outside. Last one out. And in. Holding your hands together, rub. Let's get a little bit of warmth in here. So when we did this class the other day and we had no sound, we were having a class where we were going to think a little bit about gratitude in our lives, and gratitude is very much coming from the heart, and the heart meridian comes down to the little finger, the pericardium, the protector of the heart comes to the middle finger, and Lao Gong, palace of work, is in the middle of the palms. So we get a bit of warmth, we get a bit more activity in these meridians. And remember, the meridians really feed the organs of the body with qi, with heart qi or lung qi, and everything is just going to flow a whole lot better when we have woken up the lung and pericardium meridian. We do a bit of dry washing, coming up on the arms and the wrists. Of course, we're going over the gates of the arm, inner and outer gates, the outer gate for our physical immunity. So if you're battling with illness, you'd want to activate this area a lot. 3 fingers just up from there, you would come in, do a bit of knocking there. We'll do that just now. And if you're looking at emotional immunity, you'd want to be focusing on the inner gates of the arms here. So let's knock those together. So wrist crossing, and we're going to be about 3 fingers up from the wrist, and we knock them together. So we're going to be knocking the inner gate on one arm and the outer gate on the other arm. And this is all part of qi massage, it's just waking up the qi. Because in Chinese medicine, what we're looking at is imbalances of qi, of the different organs in the body. So maybe your liver qi is too fiery and then it damages your heart qi. Or maybe your spleen qi is too weak and then you don't digest your food properly. So it's all about keeping the qi moving and the qi harmonized. Okie dokes. And then let's get one foot in front and not touching your wrists together, but holding them with the gates opposite each other. We're going to part the clouds and come back. That would be an out breath because we're clearing. Always out breath through the mouth when we're clearing. Breathing in through the nose. So just imagine you're going through maybe a forest and you're clearing early morning spider webs out of the way. Sure, you've done that. You don't want to be the person in front, but sometimes the person behind you is the one that gets the spiders. And you know what? When you've got your headlights penetrating through the mist so that you can see your way. So if there's anything which is holding you back in whatever mission you have given yourself to do, whatever obstacles they are, just lightly clear them out the way so you can go forwards and back. Other side, lunging forwards and back. Breath out. In. Breath out. Out. We've been doing a lot of work activating the qi in the upper body, in the arms. And so we're going to go to the back and rub over your kidneys, rub over your adrenal glands, rub right down to your sacrum. Get a bit of warmth in here. The kidneys do not like cold, so it's really nice for us to warm them up, especially in winter. And let's do a little bit of knocking along the back, up and down. Bladder meridian coming down the middle of your buttocks here. Gallbladder meridian coming a little bit more down the side, but let's go down the back, following the bladder meridian. And then coming up the inner leg, which is the kidney meridian. Of course, the bladder meridian and the kidney meridian are paired together. And let's knock on the gates of the legs, called your qua. And when you sit a lot and you stagnate in your femoral artery and vein here, this is really nice to stand up and do something like this. And then you can also exercise your right and left brain. And come on to just over the belly button, or just a little bit below. Feel that you're getting a little bit of contraction in your transverse abdominis muscle here, your rectus belly muscle here, a little bit above there, and a little bit below there. So having warmed up the lower spine and the groin, let's go swimming with swimming dragon. So hands together, feet a little bit apart. And we'll start off first on the side move and getting a side bend of the spine. So hips to one side. And let's take the hands to the same side, but the head to the opposite side today. Come back to center. Hips to one side, hands to one side, neck and head turning in opposite direction, looking in the opposite direction, coming back, breathe in and over. Now, if you're young and strong, you can come down and then go back up. Come down, of course, it's really good for strengthening your lower back, strengthening your knees. So you can breathe into one side and you can breathe out to the other side. So swimming dragon is very well known for its effect on longevity and the quality of your life as you get older. So you can imagine if you can still bend your knees like this when you're 100, that you can still get in up and down off chairs and Get off the floor if you have to. And now the dragon's going to swim from the bottom of the river all the way to the top. And Xianling, the gentleman we were talking about, who put together that lovely Tai Chi dance, says that just as you swim through water and you feel the support of the water, but also the resistance of the water when you're moving through it, feel the same when you're moving through the air. And I was so happy to see that, because that's one of the things I really think about it, because I swim such a lot. And so you notice moving through the substance of water, especially one day there'll be current in one direction. Another day it'll just feel empty because there's no current at all. And so it's easy to start noticing the substance of the air. So the more you do Qigong, the more it's a really good thing. Put your feet closer together to start actually feeling that you're actually going through the particles of air. Remember, that most things are space and everything's kind of vibrating. So I guess you're sort of going through in between those particles as we do this. We know that the substance of our bodies is only solid as much as the volume of your little fingernail. But our bodies are so big because of the vibrational effect of the body. So let's vibrate a little bit. And we're going to do the heart sound today again. And we're going to do the lung, because the lung and the heart are actually very, very closely connected when it comes to how your heart feels, because the lung, when it's really got good healthy chi, we are courageous and we're inspired. And when your lungs are suffering, we're a little bit depressed and sad. And then you can't do very much with your heart if the lungs not supporting it. Okay. And you think about the lungs bringing the air that then goes to the heart and then gets pumped around the body. And when it circulates around the body, we have got vessels that could go around the planet 3 times. That is the length of all the blood vessels, little blood vessels that go around your body. So the lungs bringing in the air and sending it into the blood vessels and taking it for the whole body to nourish the whole body. Okay, so shaking, 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 shaking your organs, shaking all the tissues in the body and the joints and the bones. And we're going to use healing sounds for the lung, for the actual texture of the lung, the solidish lung, which is Z. We'll do 3. One more in. And then for the emotional aspect of the lung, we're going to do the whisper sound, which is an S sound. So it's softer, you can still hear it. So you may have been doing whisper sound because you've had grief in your life or sadness in your life, and that will dampen the lung down. So to help heal, and we need to go through grief when we need to go through it, but when we're needing to start moving out of it and past it and through it, we could use that whisper sound. And then the third sound is called the mysterious or the hidden sound, and it's the S sound, but we don't vocalize it at all. We just think that sound, and that is for the consciousness or the spirit. So it goes at even deeper levels. So let's do that. Breathe in and silent sound, hidden sound. Okay, let's do a sound for the heart. We'll just do one of each. So it's going to be the same for each one. We're going to make the audible sound, physical heart. Then we're going to make the whisper sound for the emotion of the heart. Maybe the heart's a little bit like gray ashes, not really fiery. And then we're going to do the mysterious, the hidden one, which is going to be the heart consciousness. Okay, so and again, whisper sound. And hidden sound. Right. Just stand for a couple of seconds. Close your eyes. Notice how you're feeling. And we'll go into a flow for the heart called playing with clouds. One hand at the level of the heart, the other hand at the level of the lower dantian. And this flow is very much about hip movement and your arm following your hips. So we go to the side, turn, and then the top hand becomes the bottom hand. We go side, turn, top hand becomes bottom hand. So you know what the clouds look like when you're flying in the sky. Just imagine that you walked out there and you started rolling the clouds. And the bottom hand, if you had too much fieriness in the heart, too much overexcitement, which can also damage the heart, then you imagine the bottom hand's going through water, and as it comes, it brings that cool water over the heart to cool it down. And if your heart was feeling really like the ashes in the fire that were not going to last until the morning, and you wanted to put a bit of more of that orange glow into the fire so you could start it up again, then you can imagine just blowing that heart fire. We want the heart fire to be that lovely orange glow that you get at the campfire towards the end of the night. Breathing into one side, breathing out to the other. Playing with clouds. Feel your hand as it goes through the air. Feel the texture of the air. Feel the temperature of the air. Notice if there's any buzzing coming into your hands. You worked with a lot of chi. You moved the chi in your body. And we're going to go into the heart standing position, holding the golden urn. So your hands on the lip of the urn. Feet a little bit wider. Weight a little bit towards the heels. Dropping your tailbone, dropping your elbows. Hands not too close. Hold a little bit out from your body. Tailbone dropped, chin tucked in. Close your eyes. And let your breathing be long, slow, deep, silky smooth. So as we're standing here, we've got our ring finger and a middle finger pointing up towards the sky. That's the beginning of the heart meridian and the beginning of the pericardium meridian. So they could be gathering, gosh, they could be gathering starlight from thousands of years ago, streaming into your body. Imagine where your heart is, sitting from the center to the left side of your thorax, snuggled in to the lungs. And now you just imagine that there's a few beautiful warming rays coming from the sun falling on your face, shining on your face. Not too hot, just slowly warming your face up. Like you've been inside and you go outside and it's lovely and warm, early morning, and you're lifting your face towards the sun. Just notice how your face softens, space between your eyebrows widens, and allow just the flicker of a smile to come through your lips, just the edges turning up slightly. Soften your eyes. Feel the warmth. Warmth in your hands, warmth in your face. And then allow that smile on the outside of the face to become an inner smile. Feel that sunshine, the chi of the sun, which allows us to be alive on the planet, beaming inside, and you're going to beam it right down to the heart. So that if there was any dullness around your heart, any old heartache scars, just let that lovely inner smile take that beautiful golden light, warm light from the sun to heal your heart. The Taoist would say, smile to your organs. So you could smile to your heart, that beautiful red, orange glow of the fire at night. Smile to your heart, thank it for beating from the minute you took your first breath until we leave on our onward journey and we leave the planet in our physical form. It's pushing the blood around all these vessels that go 3 times around the planet. That's so much work, and it does it without you even asking. It just does it every day for you. So gratitude for your heart. So when the heart is feeling strong, then we are able to communicate with the world outside of us. We're able to have compassion for ourselves, compassion for others. Heart is disturbed by impatience, by anger. The liver can do a whole anger thing as well. The heart can too, just holding grudges and what have you. And just think of somebody on the planet that you have a gratitude that you know them or you've known them at some stage. And just send some golden light towards that soul, that person. And slowly bring your hands down to your belly. And we're just going to pull down the heavens. Let your arms float out to the side, hands facing the earth. So breathe in, breathe out, big open. Hands reaching up to the sky, to the yang part of the universe, to the stars. And then slowly coming back down to the earth. Harmonizing your chi, harmonizing your yin and your yang. being in gratitude for your body and the world you live in, people around you, animals and trees and birds, whatever else you feel a special connection to. Breathing in, big breath out. Breathe in, feel as if you're touching those stars. Breathing out like there's a cool waterfall, nourishing, cleansing, and just settling the body down. Hands just below your dantian and navel, feet together. Close your eyes and just take a couple of nice, long, deep breaths. Notice how your body feels. And let your hands drop down your eyes. Thank you for joining me Qigong tonight. And have a wonderful